Hey, good morning, Doreen. Having a good start to your day. I'm gonna get this bad boy set up. My stand. It's called a stand, but it should be called a fall, based on my experience with it. Okay, let's see here. Is it standing? No, it's not standing. It's falling. Okay, we're gonna set you guys up here. No, that won't work. I need a flat surface. There we go. Alright, good morning, friends. Yeah, so my mom, there was a complication with her surgery, which caused it to go a lot longer, which was difficult for a lot of my family. Being in the same waiting room where my father, we thought he was going to get out of surgery, but she's out. She's back home. She has to have a follow-up surgery in 7 to 8 weeks, so that wasn't planned, but that should be a simpler surgery. So yeah, she's doing okay. Talking to her a lot. So I have some nice poems to read this morning. Some exciting poetic news. Hey, Angelina, how are you? I think I left my arnica cream in New York. So if you hurt yourself, it's around. This is that Tibetan puer, Angelina, I buy at the subway stop near your house. So I was sitting here reading some poems, and I thought I wanted to share with you guys. So there's a link if you're interested. I have signed copies of this with Julianne's daughter in New York. So if you want to give anyone a signed copy of the book, mine for Christmas or for yourself, this is my most popular selling book. And yeah, there's signed copies in New York, which also is like a part-time job for B, who's 14. And that's a great job for her. And the exciting news is, so this is Poems 2. And it's in the form where I'm going to take it to a final drafting. I have one more poem to add. That's Kanika's poem. So let's read Kanika and the Kids. So Kanika is this woman who we raise money for her project in a kirtan here. And she's been doing a lot with helping a lot of kids in the community. Kanika and the Kids, a poem for us all. Kanika and the kids are running barefoot, laughing along a forest path. Kanika and the kids are galloping on horseback, and a few are flying, because all know the magic that can remake this world. A plate of rice and beans, a banquet for a princess, the sun, her king, a friend who understands, a child needs to gallop and fly, run and have pencils and papers and books filled with pictures and animals and crayons to create those animals again, but with more and exotic colors, because you can always add a little splash of color to the dark room where Father lives his dark life and forgets about you, and Mother is gone again, and gone, and gave no word, and left no food, and little brother is sobbing, and little sister is hungry, and that was your sad little life, until Kanika came riding on her songs, She came flying in a rainbow and taught you to sing and color and read and imagine and dream. And it's okay when the heart hurts because the world is hard. Now Hanukkah is falling. I'll stop that now just because I can't read my writing and I have all of these peons but this one printed. Thanks, Robin. I'll check that later this morning. I wanted to visit my mom. I was planning to fly out tomorrow, actually. But I have to be realistic that my ankle, even yesterday, just walking around Karuna, I can tell I probably overused it a little bit. And flights were crazy, like $2,000. So I will try to be there around the time my mom's going in for her follow-up surgery. Because I wouldn't want to. Yeah, the ankle's telling me just to stay, let it heal. All right, let's read one of the poems one of you commissioned. Still some work to do. Oh, I'm going to see Tammy Clark today, so let's read Humans and Dogs. Oh no, I didn't paginate it, so we can't get the pages mixed. Paginate. Yeah, it's true, Dory. My writing is chicken scratch. But I can type in any font. Humans and Dogs, a poem commissioned by Tammy Clark. They say humans are bad dogs, and dogs are good humans. It is said the lifetime before one is born a Buddha, they are born a family dog. A lifetime of perfected, unconditional love. You want to come for this poem, Fievel? It relates to you. Just on cue, right? Yeah. Yeah. Tell them, Fievel, how you love this poem. Tell them, Fievel. We'll get back to this poem. Hey, buddy. Hey. Tell them about your dog. Okay. Let's get back to this. Don't knock over my stand, Fievel. Don't do it. Humans and Dogs, a poem commissioned by Tammy Clark. They say humans are bad dogs and dogs are good humans. It is said the lifetime before one is born a Buddha, they are born a family dog, a lifetime of perfected, unconditional love. There are dog people, and there are monsters who prowl around unable to connect a fully opened puppy heart. Before humans built any great cities, we befriended dogs, and they dashed alongside our ancestors along trails of trust through forests of unknown. Humans and dogs, dogs and humans, a mythical alliance. Maybe it was the dogs who helped make us more human. Humane through example of noble acts of selflessness, loving loyalty, a steady stream of joie de vivre. This love does not linger among the fields of joy, but dances amongst the lilies, is the sunlight. A love like this you will find in only a handful of humans. Your job is to find it in your own heart. You are enough. You are worthy of unconditional trust and devotion. Your homecoming deserves the most dramatic demonstrations of adoration from the one who will never understand why you left. Isn't it so, though, with dogs? It's the start of a new day. Happens every day, I know. A miracle every time. here's one from The Starlight Still Within Us, which if you'd like a signed copy, there's a link where you can get one. Here, a horizon in my eyes. There, a horizon in your heart. We walk outside to enter our inner worlds. We train each step to whisper bless. Then we run from this to that. We forget how there is no difference between walking to a taco stand and climbing stairs to heaven. And only one comes with tacos. Every time you fall, get back up, stand taller. Every time your heart misses the cue to beat in time with the timeless, may it resume and speak truer. When the world cycles into cynicism, only sincerity will save you. So what that they are like this? You are the advent of so many potent possibilities. You have never been wounded. You have been training for the revolution. Just do things with such a happy heart that no one will resist remembering their radiance was meant to dance with your rapture, to replenish the redemptions found in each noticed night. Beneath the green bouquet, world left alone, surrender your smile. Wandering grin, wisp of wind, light that leads, you traveled all this way and waited all these years. Do not abandon us again. Since the cosmic dawn, light traveled the universe, searching for darkness it never finds. This place, the Earth, orbits a star. If you see birds gather in your morning's trees, sing hallelujah to them for me. See how their soaring has seeped so deep into my metaphors that everything sparkles like reawakening to joyous life. I'm not really me, but you are not really you. We are ploys in this poetic puzzle. We can't help but assemble. Life has never been able to sit still. Sunlight loves warming a brave head of hair. When the moon enters my room, the stars are on hand to hold me. Heroes, don't dim. Share your light with we who have lost our sense of place in hidden uncertainties that lack the love of sinking into life's mysterious muddle. Hold tight to what delights you. Only this can reignite you to be the flame that warms the world through her winters. So things I still have to do for this book is we have to digitize Kanika's poem. I have to add the poem I wrote about my dad, commissioned by you, dear Robin. I have to have some notes from Shannon about her dog. But I have a commission to write a poem about Shannon, Shaska's dog. And then there's been an invitation from one of our steadfast commissioners, you, dear Robin, to write a poem about my grandpa, who recently passed. So I really appreciate, I can call it the commissioned invitation, because there are sort of words that come, and for me, poems are always coming. It's just a matter of sitting down and bringing them to earth. So I have this concept that's been coming through me that I'm really excited to put into a poem. So I'm grateful, Robin, that of the commissions you put on my table, that you've given me this invitation. And it's sort of like I think about, so I was raised Catholic, so there's this concept of purgatory and praying for the dead, and they're also praying for you and all these things. He really was. So it's sort of like where the poem will be about where the two worlds meet, that maybe there's something here on earth that our prayers do for those who have passed that they can't do for themselves. And maybe behind the veil in the other realm, there's something the prayers on that side can do for us. Maybe the veil is thinner than we think. Maybe the interplay is ongoing and eternal, and maybe it's about whether we tune into that or not. So these sort of concepts I can feel inside me. They're longing for a poem to come out. So that will be about Shannon's dog and my grandpa, the final two poems to sit down and write. And this project has been a very beautiful project, with interruptions along the way. I finished my recording project and I had 2 weeks, I thought in May, to finish this book by the tour. That was my plan. But then life got dramatically interrupted, and it would be not till after the tour in October that I would revisit this, and then I would work diligently in October, and then in November, I had to set it aside as I engaged with New York and tour and some songwriting and these things. Sakar, buenos dias, Juan. No, it must be 7:30 here. The workers are arriving. So I'll read this one from Peons 2. The title now is Peons 2, the space between us. Oop. I blame myself on the insert stick. Okay. So do you guys know about Spelantes? It's backwards. I think I can make it not backwards somehow. I don't know. I can show you this way. They're great. They grow right next to me. You can eat the leaves. The real magic is in the flower blossoms. They turn your whole mouth numb in what I think is a delightful way. Some people don't think so. And then you drink the tea on your numb tongue, and wow, what a sensation. Sakar, buenos dias. What's up, watch? What's Matías Chava? ¿Cómo se dice bienvenido en quechua? Uts apitik. Uts apitik. Ya, a ver tu camisa al otro lado. ¿Qué dice? ¿Sabes qué significa? No. Te voy a traducir. Where ain't shit to do but cook. Dice que donde no hay diablos que hacer que cocinar. Shit es mierda. Donde no hay mierda para hacer que cocinar. Es chilero. Maltíos. Look at that shirt. This shirt says, where there ain't shit to do but cook. It's really funny sometimes, the English sayings. Okay. So anyway, Debbie Ann Boss has been very patient. She had her commission poem in the first collection of peons, but I forgot to put it in. It was one of the poems that got lost that I somehow didn't take a digital copy of when I sent it to her. So when the book came out, Debbie was like, where's my poem? And I was like, oh my gosh, Debbie, I'm so sorry. So hers is now the title, and it'll be The Space Between Us before the copyright page, because I thought this concept in this poem really was great in just encapsulating what this project of commissioned poems has been. I wish I could get you some Spelantes, but if you can get maybe some online, or like a tincture of Spelantes, that's the one. the space between us, the poem for Debbie Ann Boss. There's a place we all go after the doings are done. The children are now raised and too busy living some life far away to come out and play. The students I taught have become teachers. Kids who once asked me how to tie their shoe are calculating interest rates, teaching their heirs how the rabbit lace goes around the tree and into its hole, where order is brought from the chaos as new shoes pitter-patter the pavement. There's a way you walk towards the doorway when you know it will be for the last time. Such is the way when wandering Earth, where timing is the fourth dimension of space and connections a dimension out of mind. This feeling within is more real than the mountains. This place is empty rooms and silent phones, classrooms with teachers who have forgotten how to say their name. Purpose pervades and prevails, is potent and crawling, and you ride the lion of your youth, but she can leave you on some fringe of what has been. And when that happens, you might reach for the hands of ghosts who have already drifted out with the fog. And there is fright in the frozen feeling you'll be left with. And deep freezes carry the solemnity of forever. But sometimes it's not forever. Sometimes it's just September being dramatic. And so you take a deep breath and reach for something warm and caffeinated. You notice a variation in the light through the window and feel that pulse of something crawling in the periphery. And you settle into a place you've known from many visits and have known for a history of 1,000 returns where you sat waiting, certain and serene, sure that everything will mean what it meant again. Do any of you have a poem in Peons 2 I can read? Any of you online right now? So it's hard how limited my mobility is. Like my ankle got to a point where I can walk. Yesterday, just walking around Corona, I overdid it a little bit. Good morning, Vandy, our best friend in Canada. So that's a little frustrating. But I see that I'm very patient with my ankle. It's like, okay, well, we had quite a year. Now you just want me to stay still in December, but so it simplifies some things. The price of the ticket back home and the ankle coupled to make me feel, okay, as much as I want to be there for my mom right now as she's back home from the hospital, the signs are there. Yeah, it's a little bit slow and fully healing. Let's see. Debbie, don't you have a poem in here? There's one from Doreen de Becker. Where's Doreen's poem? Let's find that. Doreen's on the line. Hardest Thing, Victoria Williams. Love's Distance. Faithful Balance, Shannon Renee Grace Staskin. The Weaver. Poem for Doreen DeMine. The Weaver. Poem commissioned by Doreen DeMine. It is in the thread. No, it is in the fingers and needle. No, it's in the spirit. It is at the soul level of bringing what wasn't to be into being. The weaver clothes the artist. the creator of the world that envelops the body that carries the beings who walk the earth in awe, delighted and delighting in knowing that when the seams surrender and the hem haws, our hearts will freeze with the winter. But we can mend the fabric of our lives, or simply choose a different outfit in the face of tears that topple our inner notion of what garb the world would be best suited to wear. So weave, dear weaver, weave your threads into our dreams of the new day. Comb the fiber and its microscopic ends so that the wheel spins as fiber becomes the yarn that tells us again to stay who we are. There are yaks that keep herds of humans alive, as a sweater made with love keeps the inner heart warm, without losing the thread that weaves this world. It is said a great weaver's wheel spins the earth. They say we are a pattern woven by the threads of the stars. We, intersecting in individual, we, a piece of the great puzzle of mystery that fits into fingertips. I did not come to bargain with angels, but to weave with them, tying off the ending to the beginning, to clothe the just dawning light. I love that poem. Love you, Doreen. Thanks for being part of the project. All who were. It's crazy, I know. It's been over a year working on this, and thanks for your patience. You know, these sort of things happen in their own time. And I'm trying to get this out by Christmas, so I'm working diligently in my fairly immobilized state. But it's joyful work, great setting, beautiful garden, where to work, where to craft, where to weave, plenty to eat, plenty to appreciate. Everything as divine, the wisdom of Meister Eckhart. It's a good book. I won't read from it now. Let's read one from my German friend, Rainer Marie Rilke. This is his first book. As a young man, Poems from the Book of Hours. I found this in Berkeley, California, in a used bookshop. It actually was in good condition when I got it, for $10. Ooh. Okay, let's get this stand standing again. The stand will stand again. The light shouts in your treetop, from Rainer Marie Rilke. The light shouts in your treetop, and the face of all things becomes radiant and vain. Only at dusk do they find you again. The twilight hour, the tenderness of space, lays on 1,000 heads, 1,000 hands, and a strangeness grows devout where they have lain. With this gentlest of gestures you would hold the world. Thus only and not otherwise you lean from out its skies to capture earth and feel it under your mantle's folds. You have a mild way of being. They who name you loudly when they come to pray forget your nearness. They who name you loudly when they come to pray forget your nearness. From your hands that tower above us, mountainously low there soars to give the law whereby our senses live. Dark-browed, your wordless power. I didn't get an X-ray. But yeah, I think 7 to 8 weeks is a good timeline to stay pretty chill with it. I do have an immobilizer boot, so maybe I should get an X-ray. I'll think about it. It's be a little bit of a mission. Might hurt my ankle more just to get one, but with the construction starting, I'm gonna close the poetic window for now, but thanks for joining me. I'll recite one of my favorite poems from Raina Maria Wilker. Quiet friend who has come so far, feel how your breathing makes more space around you. Move back and forth into the changes. Let any darkness be a bell tower, and you the bell. As you ring, what batters you becomes your strength. Here in this uncontainable night be the mystery at the crossroads of your senses. The meaning uncovered then. And if the world has ceased to hear you, say to the silent earth, I flow. To the rushing waters speak, I am. Have a beautiful morning, everyone.